I want you to watch this video of the UAE foreign minister. You may recognize him. He is the man that warned Europe. He said that soon you will see a lot of Islamists and extremists coming out of Europe because of lack of decision making and trying to be politically correct. I'm sure if you just look it up on Twitter, Elon Musk has posted it. He's very well known. And he sat down for an interview just now to talk about the future of the Middle East and Islamic extremism on Fox News. Check it out.
Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the UAE Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. Your Highness, it's great to see you again. Welcome back to Special Report.
Brett, it's always great to be with you, and I know your show is watched widely by millions. Congratulations.
Thank you. A big day here today with the President's visit. What does it mean for this country, for the region, and where you see things?
It's definitely a historical day for us, for our relationship. The President Trump and America has been so great to the UAE in supporting this relationship, taking it even further ahead. We are a very welcoming nation like yours. People are free to do whatever they like and practice religion the way they see appropriate. Churches, mosques, synagogues, Hindu temples, you name it. And I really believe that our values are quite similar. I mean, we both take family as a core part of our relationship. When we look at the rest of the world, unfortunately, some don't agree with us, but most do.
This is a big financial trip for investment in the U.S. and investment in the Middle East. You did deals today, and you've pledged more than $1.4 trillion over the next 10 years. The President touts that very proudly. What does that mean, do you think, for that interaction between the U.S. bilaterally in the future?
It works because your nation has been so open for business, and we've learned from you. We've been investing in the United States for decades, but now we're taking it one step further, not only in terms of size, but in terms of trust, and we're grateful for President Trump for that.
There is a lot of turmoil in the region, and one of the big questions is Iran and what will happen. Here's what the President said about that.
It's not like I have to give you 30 pages worth of details. There's only one sentence: they can't have a nuclear weapon. There's two steps. There's a very, very nice step, and there's a violent step. The violence like people haven't seen before. And I hope we're not going to have to do this. I don't want to do the second step.
Where do you think this is going? Do you think Iran's going to make a deal that dismantles its nuclear program?
Brett, I believe in good models. I look at the UAE and see that the UAE have made a nuclear deal with the United States.
A 1, 2, 3.
It's called the 1, 2, 3, and it's called the gold standard. I really wish that people in the region and beyond look at how this deal has been such a benefit for both our nations.
Which gives you civilian nuclear power. You have like 4 power plants.
Right.
You're cooking on all cylinders when it comes to that.
And by the way, it was built on time, on budget. Believe it or not, for a nuclear reactor, it's not very much likely to happen.
So do you think there's a model there for Iran, you all, Saudi Arabia, that somehow gets to this heart of this issue of dismantling its nuclear program on the weapons side?
Brett, it's about trust and transparency. And if we can overcome these two elements, we can do great things together.
They've been bad actors on a number of fronts, though. The proxies, the Houthis, the Hamas. So there's got to be other red lines, right?
I believe that a country should respect international law. I really hope that Iran looks at the approach of President Trump in such an opening of the United States towards the Iranian people, which could be very much beneficial for the Iranians, but it's for the Iranian people to make.
All right, Gaza, Hamas, it's still going on. There's still hostages that haven't been released. How do you see that, and how do you see it ending? We started with the Abraham Accords and the historic relationship that you now have with Israel and as well as Bahrain. Is that going to happen in this environment with anybody else?
Let me answer the question in a different way. The UAE has provided over 42% of all international aid into Gaza in the last almost 2 years now, during this war. If it wasn't for the Abrahamic Accords between the UAE and Israel, with the great role that was played by and initiated by President Trump, I don't think we will be as capable in delivering that much aid into Gaza.
But who should secure Gaza when Israel has finished its military operation? I mean, does Israel need to leave immediately? Do you all play a role? How does it, like, paint the picture, how we get to the next step?
First, getting the hostages out. We need calm in Gaza. And we need an authority that's not Hamas, that controls Gaza. If we can provide assistance, ideas, we're always here to do so.
You met with the Palestinian Authority recently. Mm-hmm. Are they open?
I think they are very much fed up with the current situation, and you can hear it from them. They want an end to this war. Now, will they have a role or not? That depends on how the United States, Israel, and the rest would help or avoid doing so at the moment. But eventually, it's only for the Palestinians to run the place.
Syria. It seems like they're trying to come back into the fold, if you will. The president's saying he's lifting sanctions. Should President Trump trust Syrian President al-Shara?
Well, I think it's too...
In case you're not aware, al-Shara is another name he invented. His real name is al-Jolani, an ISIS terrorist. I really don't think that he should be trusted necessarily.
Early to use that word.
Trust.
Trust. I think he and his government have been saying the right things. It's clear that they don't have the capacity at the moment in fulfilling their messages. I really hope that lifting these sanctions would provide them with these capacities, but we have to verify. I mean, this is what President Reagan once said, trust but verify.
You're plugged into a lot of these things around the region, but rebuilding is going to be a big part of it. When Gaza's over, when Syria is finished, is Lebanon, is the UAE going to be a big part of rebuilding?
Brett, I think the region is moving away from just giving away easy money. It depends on the conditions of these rebuilding. Is there the right combination of countries who are party to it? So it's not about an individual country or a small number of countries who are just going to come and throw in money.
Last thing, look into the crystal ball, 2 years, 5 years.
Now notice what he says there. He's saying no easy money for the Gazans. No just throwing money at the Gazans to elect another Hamas government or similar to Hamas government and repeating the cycle again. And I love that. I love when people say, we need new ideas. We've tried this. It hasn't worked. Let's run it back differently this time and not just throw money at the wall and hope it, or throw money at the problem and hope it goes away. Because I've said this for a long time. Money has nothing to do with it. Money has nothing to do with it. The Gazans have got a lot of money. Over the years, the Gazans have got a lot of money. The problem is the leadership is not interested. And, you know, who voted in the leadership, the Gazans are not interested in peace.
10 years, UAE and the Middle East. What do you see?
I see a lot of hope. Brett, this is a country which is just over 50 years old since its federation. Just 15 years before that, so 65 years ago, we had our first hospital, believe it or not, built by an American missionary. And I'm delighted to see that last year we had over 1 million Americans coming and visiting the UAE. Tells you a lot about how safe, how prosperous, and how exciting this part of the world is.
So you see good things.
I see good things. I mean, I wouldn't be in this job if I was not optimistic.
Yeah. Your Highness, we really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I must say, this guy speaks very well. I love to hear this guy speak. He is like very pleasurable to listen to. And he says a lot of good things. This man is the one who warned Europe. And I actually think this is very interesting because a lot of people say, oh, you're Islamophobic if you're talking about radical Islam all the time. But the counterpoint to that, the best counterpoint to that, is that a lot of the Muslim countries that are modernizing are like, we don't want anything to do with these people. We don't want anything to do with the Islamists in the UK and the Islamists coming out of Europe, the Islamists that are migrating to all these Western countries. We want them out. Like, we don't want them in our countries. It's almost like similar to the southern border with Mexican migrants and people that are, convicted of different terrible crimes getting, thrown at the U.S. border. And it's like, it's not evil to say, oh, we don't want those people in our country because, they don't really share our values and they're not interested in asylum seeking. They are trying to destabilize the United States of America. That's just my take on it. And let me know what you guys think. And we are trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. So we'd really appreciate if you can become one of the first 1,000. Thank you for watching and have a good one.